Jalani reporting there from Islamabad. Well, Professor Akbar Ahmed is Pakistan's former High Commissioner to the UK and now Chair of Islamic Studies at the American University in Washington, and it's from there where he joins us. Thank you very much for being there. We saw that the situation is turning increasingly violent. We saw that in Shazeb's report. But what to make of the Army's comments? I think they're saying that they're supporting democracy, reaffirming their support for democracy, but they're concerned about the violence, and this is for the politicians to sort out.
Yes, they've put the civilian government on notice. They've clearly said, we are watching the situation, we are not happy about it. We are not completely satisfied with the way you're handling the events in Islamabad. Because remember, there's a bigger crisis. There's a crisis on the eastern frontier. There's a crisis on the western frontier, which involves the army. So the army really wants stability in Pakistan. The people of Pakistan are also seeing a very, very interesting shift of authority and power from the civilian government to GHQ. They're seeing the Prime Minister coming to GHQ, the opposition leaders coming to GHQ in the hope of finding a solution, not the other way around, not the Commander-in-Chief going to the Prime Minister's office. And the GHQ administered a rather subtle rap on the knuckles of the Prime Minister when he then later denied the fact that he had asked the Commander-in-Chief to in fact convene this particular meeting. So this drama is being played out in the full glare of publicity, and the people of Pakistan are really waiting to see what happens next. Because if it collapses, you will have the army stepping in, because we are at the brink now in terms of the political situation in Pakistan.
Is that what you think? Are we at that level of stalemate at the moment between the supporters and opponents of Nawaz Sharif, that you think we could be heading for another spell of perhaps martial law even?
The army has clearly made it, they have in fact made it clear that they are not interested in imposing martial law at this point. But if things continue as they are, people dying, law and order breaking down, and I pointed out the larger crisis on both borders, then the army will be literally forced into some kind of a proactive position in terms of administration. And the history of Pakistan has had the same pattern again and again. This will not be the first time that that will happen. And I, for one, will really be saddened if we are back to martial law. It's never worked in the end. In the end, after a couple of years, again, have a civilian government. We really need to allow the civilian government to function. The tragedy of Pakistan is that we are seeing how easily democracy is derailed in Pakistan when neither the government nor the opposition are prepared to talk to each other and come up with some kind of a mutually accepted compromise.
Okay, Professor Akbar Ahmed there in Washington. Many thanks for your analysis. Appreciate it.